If American Tomahawk missiles fly towards Syria in the coming days, what about the blowback?
I think the United States needs to be prepared for Syria to respond to an attack. One of the things that they have available to them are Russian missiles.
Commander Kirk Lippold knows what it's like to be in harm's way. He commanded the USS Cole, hit by terrorists in 2000. Syria's ally Hezbollah managed to hit this Israeli ship with a missile in 2006. Top U.S. commanders say American ships will keep a safe distance. But what could also be in the Syrians' range, U.S. forces deployed in Turkey. Look how close the U.S. base at Incirlik is to the Syrian border, well within the Syrians' missile range. Still, Rick Francona, a former U.S. military attaché in Syria, says Bashar al-Assad is unlikely to risk striking Americans militarily.
I think the risks associated with this operation are pretty limited.
But there's an attack risk from forces other than Assad's military.
To do something against an American interest, an American company, an American family, yeah, there are risks involved.
Last year, U.S. embassies in several Middle East countries were attacked. And the most serious threat of all, terrorism.
Syria is a state sponsor of terrorism and has been since the list was made in 1979. So it has ties with a whole host of groups that could carry out attacks against Americans or American installations abroad.
Hezbollah is among the most dangerous of those groups. Also, Iran's top Ayatollah threatened that America would, quote, definitely suffer if it launches a strike. The Wall Street Journal reports Iran has instructed militants to attack the U.S. embassy in Iraq if America strikes Syria. The Journal says the order came in a message intercepted by the U.S. from the head of the Quds Force, the unit of Iran's Revolutionary Guard known to carry out attacks abroad. But American officials have this warning for anyone who would try to retaliate, starting with Syria's president.
If Assad is arrogant enough, and I would say foolish enough, to retaliate to the consequences of his own criminal activity, the United States and our allies have ample ways to make him regret that decision.
Still, precautionary measures are being taken. The U.S. has already evacuated some Americans from its embassy in Lebanon and told people in a consulate in southern Turkey to be vigilant. Joe.
Already signs of potential blowback, but I guess the question is whether any of this would be enough to stop the United States from attacking.
There's no indication that it would be enough to do that yet. The analysts we spoke to said these are all worst-case scenarios, but they have to be part of the calculus. They have to think about these things going forward because, you know, the minute you launch the Tomahawks, everybody's got to be vigilant.